Hey, a New Year's resolution for a lot of Houstonians is saving money. You should be checking out all of your bills for ways that you can cut costs, including your electricity bill. So joining us live this morning to talk about how to reduce energy consumption and find the right plan is David Kinchen, Chief Operating Officer at Energy Ogre. Good morning, David. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, great. Okay, so I already had somebody ask me last week. They said their electricity plan was coming up. It was expiring. They knew they needed a new one by today, and this was Friday. And I'm like, yikes. They were noticing a lot of 6-month plans, and they were smart enough to realize why a 6-month plan might be sort of a bad way to go. Weigh in on that.
Yeah, when people ask me about how long their plan should be, I typically focus more on when the plan expires. And what we see all too often are plans that are, these introductory new customer rates. A lot of times they try to drop us off in kind of peak winter or peak summer. And so the 6-month rate, not shockingly, kind of drops you off right in that mix of where the market might be a lot higher when you go to renew.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I want to, not to put you on the spot, but can you tell me right now, because those rates change almost by the hour. I mean, what is the sort of best rate that you're looking at right now if somebody needed to shop around right now that they could get?
Well, a lot of times we look at a rate that will contain kind of all cycles. So they'll have the peak winter, peak summer, because that'll kind of give you a picture of what your rate would look like over the year. And we're looking at, unfortunately, with Centerpoint, with the TDSP rates being a little higher, and something in the 8-cent range is still really competitive for a 12-month, but that's putting you close to like 15 cents. So, rates are still expensive, but that's come down from the peak, but that's kind of where the competitive kind of 12-month term is looking at right now.
Yeah, so about 15 cents for a 12-month plan. What's the first thing for people who may be new at or really haven't shopped around much? What's the first thing that people need to know about, looking for a new electric plan?
Well, something that even for people that have done this a while forget about is every plan out there has an early termination fee, an ETF as we call it, and you can pay that fee to exit your contract at any time. So people sometimes overlook the fact that they feel stuck in a plan. And while there is a cost to it, if the market's moved enough, it can be cheaper to switch with that early termination fee. Another thing is people worry about, oh, but I'm moving in 5 months or in 7 months, I have to worry about that. People don't know if you're moving and you can show that you moved out of an address, they have to waive your early termination fee. So don't worry about the term. Even if you're moving in 5 months, you've signed up for a competitive plan. And then when you get to that, you could possibly transfer that to your new property. But worst case scenario, you exit that contract without an early termination fee, and you just pick a new plan at your new property.
Oh, very important, especially for a lot of renters. We've got a little less than 2 minutes to go, so I want to give you an opportunity to explain to people what it is that Energy Ogre does, because when people come to me, I try to break it down and tell them how to shop for electricity. It's a lot to try to explain in an email, but we've done several stories over the years. Tell people what you guys do at Energy Ogre, please.
Yeah, so what people kind of run into a lot is it's difficult to look for electricity, and it's difficult to tighten the belt and just use less electricity. So if you're trying to save money, you can try to use less, and that's difficult, or you should spend time to try to get into the best electricity rate. And that's difficult. So what we do is we go out there and take all that hassle away. We go and we find the next plan for you. We monitor the market to see if there's a better plan opportunity at a time. We'll set you up on auto pay. We will interface with the REP on your behalf. You call us, we'll handle that stuff for you as well. And we just try to make sure you're in the best plan. But there's a lot of nuance out there that we just try to take care of and get that off the plate so that if people want to save time instead of saving just money, we can alleviate a lot of that. We can just make sure that it's in the optimal scenario and it's minimal time for the member.
Yeah, if you're not the DIY type, you're the type that, oh my gosh, I don't want all these headaches. I just want somebody to figure it out for me. Yeah. David, I appreciate your help. Thank you so much for coming on with us this morning.
Anytime. Thank you.